12 at 6. Live in HD. Starts now.
Hi, everyone. Good Friday evening. I'm Amy Catcher.
And I'm John Mercer. We're glad you could be with us. A Chattanooga man is behind bars and another is still on the loose after an early morning robbery in Eastridge.
Police say two men armed with handguns held up several employees at the Krystal restaurant on Ringgold Road. WDEF News 12's Alicia Searle takes us there exclusively in tonight's top local story.
They checked both him and they checked our garage.
As Eastridge police officers comb through tall grass and garages, Adam Miller can only say this.
Chaotic.
Before most people could get a cup of coffee Friday morning, police were looking for two armed robbery suspects.
They were wearing masks, handkerchiefs, and we've recovered some handkerchiefs and a cap.
Officers tell us they came in the back door of this Krystal restaurant and demanded money.
There was one individual who said she had a gun pointed at her head. I don't know if it was, pressed against her head or if she just had a gun pointed at her. I'm not sure. I don't know how many others might or might not have had guns pointed at them.
Shortly after, officers showed up, but the suspects already ran away with no money in hand.
And at some point, they split and ran in different directions. And so we weren't able to capture and arrest anybody other than Mr. Huff.
Ramonta Huff was found a couple of blocks away at a Burger King restaurant. Our cameras were there as he was put in the back of a squad car.
A unique situation.
And that might be a good way to describe it, because officers actually found Huff just sitting at a table inside Burger King trying to blend in.
He was on his cell phone when police came in and made contact with him.
Meanwhile, Huff's so-called accomplice got away.
I don't think it's a situation where we think he's still hiding in a bush or behind a tree in that area.
He should be long gone by now.
But is he? It's a question Miller keeps asking himself. In Eastridge, Alicia Searle, WDEF News 12.
Huff was charged with aggravated robbery. Eastridge police tell us a lot of evidence was found just a few blocks away, but not the handguns. Now, if you have any information on this crime, please call Eastridge Police.
Well, Dade County residents have not seen anything like this in years. Everywhere they looked or drove today, there were cop cars. The sheriff called it Operation Clean Sweep, and he says it accomplished the purpose. WDEF News Source Bill Mitchell was there for tonight's crime alert.
If you traveled through any major intersection in Dade County today, this is probably what you saw. This roadblock was at Highway 11 at Wildwood. The sheriff's officers were joined by Georgia State Patrol units, Walker County, and even a few officers from Alabama. Other checkpoints were held at New Home Road and the crossroads on Sand Mountain. Sheriff Ray Cross says the show of police presence is designed to put the bad guys on notice.
Since we've been doing this operation, we've had 9 traffic arrests, 15 citations, and at the present time, we've cleared 19 warrants. These are all felony warrants, I might add.
The roundup targeted those known felons, but a lot of others were detained on a variety of charges at the roadblocks. It held traffic up for a time, but most people didn't seem to mind.
He's done an excellent job so far. I mean, I've read about the local drug bust he's done on the highways, and he seems to be really trying to get back in the community, and I think so far he's done a really good job. I voted for him.
Not everyone had such glowing praise. One motorist we spoke with says he thinks roadblocks are a good way to make people mad. Cross is the newly elected sheriff of Dade County, but he was a deputy for several years with prior sheriffs Patrick Cannon and Philip Street. He says he wanted to do the countywide sweep for some time.
I think it's been years since it's happened. We're just trying to make a statement that we're not going to tolerate, DUIs or drugs coming in and out of our county.
The sheriff says to expect more of this kind of police work. In Dade County, Bill Mitchell, WDEF News 12.
Now, Sheriff Cross says his department is assigning extra officers to work the upcoming Dade County High School prom night.
Mayor Andy Burke announces 3 key staff changes today. Lerone Jennings will lead the Youth and Family Development, Blythe Bailey will lead the newly created Department of Transportation, and James McKissick will lead the Office of Multicultural Affairs. While Mayor Burke would now explain current plans for each of those departments, he did tour the Bethlehem Center in Alton Park today and comment on that.
If you look at what the Bethlehem Center has been doing for the last couple of decades, it's focused on opening doors of opportunities for our youth. It does that in a measurable way so that they know real success is being had by their programs.
These changes are all a part of Burke's restructuring plan. An Iota commissioner at the center of a harassment claim denies any wrongdoing. Richard Rutledge says he was just doing his job. WDEF News 12's James Monahan met with Rutledge today to work to understand why Iota lost insurance coverage. It's a story you'll see only on 12.
And you can't confront a problem unless you know what the problem is.
Commissioner Rutledge says he was just doing his job and denies harassing employees.
If there is a harassment claim, show it to me. Let me see it. Let me face it.
He says the real reason IOTA lost insurance is through misappropriation of funds and overspending.
Our police department is out of control as far as expenses. $228,995,000 in the last 4 years claims this city has given.
IOTA Sanitation Commissioner Lisa Coram says insurance claims have left the town in its current situation.
There are so many claims, and this is workman's comp. And the city of Iota has paid out 200% more than the premium for workman's comp.
She feels this is a personal attack to shame her and Rutledge.
I mean, accidents do happen, but I think that some of them have been a little bit forced. There are employees, there's a lot of them that's really, they just don't want Richard Law on the board.
Former Iota resident Tammy Barker is concerned for children and families in her hometown.
Riding their bicycles, unable to go to the local park and play, you know, a town that is unable to have the garbage collected.
Current Mayor Lois Priest says she has no comment to make on the matter. In Iota, James Mahan, WDEF News 12.
Iota has just under 60 days left of the insurance extension.
Well, child abuse is a hot topic among Chattanooga city leaders. Mayor Andy Burke and District Attorney General Bill Cox are featured speakers at a special forum. It's called One with Courage. Organizers want to inspire adults to speak out against child abuse and protect our community's children.
We served 563 children last year who were alleged victims of sexual or severe physical abuse. That was our highest number in 21 years. So abuse does happen in our area.
April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. The Tennessee Department of Children's Services adopted a new plan for investigating child deaths. It says the new plan will be faster and more effective. DCS is involved in 2 lawsuits seeking more information about how it deals with child deaths. The new protocol requires reviews to be conducted within 90 days of a death. It also looks for weaknesses in the system rather than just individual wrongdoing.
School start times will not change next year in Hamilton County. A recent poll of principals found 90% favor the current schedule. Although health experts say a later start time would benefit children who need more sleep, school leaders say it would create a logistical nightmare. Meanwhile, board members approved a new budget for the school system last night. It does not request a tax increase. Concerned parents and mental health experts met in Chattanooga today. It was for the 4th annual Chattanooga Autism Conference. The event at the Chattanooga Convention Center was hosted by the Chattanooga Autism Center and the Autism Society of America. The conference aims to raise awareness for kids, teens, and parents. Informational events and talks were held throughout the day, and stalls with toys and books for parents and children were on show from across the Tennessee Valley.
For the parents, it means that they don't have to travel a long distance like Atlanta or DC or some other place to go to a professional conference where they can learn information that they can take to their homes and use it that day and that week and that year.
Officials say today's event was about connecting and learning since awareness is everything.
Now, your Storm Team 12 24-hour forecast.
Live here at AT&T Field, getting ready for a night of Lookouts baseball. The Jackson Generals in town. Hey, weather-wise, not bad. Yeah, we do have some clouds, but it's dry and pleasant for now. Look at our Titan radar, though, shows some showers and a couple of rumbles of thunder to our west. We'll go ahead and take a look at that as the weekend is here, and our future cast will show those clouds thickening up, and they'll continue to march on to the east as showers, well, not that far behind, so we'll keep an eye on those. Looks like it could be a wet start to the weekend, but at least for the next couple of hours, come on out to the ballpark. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape as overnight those showers will push in with lows by morning into the lower 50s.
The National Cornbread Festival kicks off this weekend in South Pittsburgh. Find out what fun and frivolity is planned in Marion County.
Then find out if Mother Nature will cooperate or if you'll need to bring your poncho. Chief Meteorologist Patrick Fuller will have your full weekend forecast.
All the time.
When severe weather strikes, depend on this weather alert radio approved by Storm Team 12 to help you stay ahead of the storm. They're portable, battery operated, and on alert 24/7.
And I would encourage everybody to buy one. It could save a life or it could save injuries.
Visit WDEF.com/radio for complete information and look for our Storm Team 12 display in your neighborhood buy low and get your NOAA weather alert radio today.
We'll never be complacent about the weather again.